Hello, lovelies! Happy Tuesday! I've missed you all so very much. Last week was such a strange, chaotic week. I did not plan to take most of the week off, but that is kinda how things worked out between pets and family and health. Thankfully, I'm feeling good. Family's feeling good. Cats are feeling good now. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're good to go now. Kai, hello, love. I am doing well, thank you. I hope you are doing well. How are you? And congrats on being first and collecting your very first photograph. From Leo. And for collecting your daily blanket, love. We are back to decades tonight, finally. Good news is, when we crashed a little over a week ago now, the Saturday before last, we lost less than a day of progress. Because thankfully, I'm pretty good at saving frequently. So, friendly reminder, save often. Save yourselves. Oh, you got a migraine? I hope you feel better, Kai. I know how that goes. Yeah, you got a photograph. Yeah. Quick recap of last episode. Let me look at my... It's been a hot minute since I looked at this stuff. So, quick recap of last time we were here, because it's been a minute. Roiza, Richard's second eldest daughter, passed her role, and as long as if she makes it through the famine, we will see her become a teenager. Hilda, who is actually Richard's current youngest daughter? Yes. Unfortunately, she, however, has failed her role, and she will die next year. So we'll work that into lore, because I think there's a different one of his kids that are supposed to die next year anyway. So maybe they'll both be hit with an illness. We still have to age up James, who is Adam's youngest son. That'll be coming shortly into tonight's episode. Adam also aged up. He became an adult and rolled very terribly. So we only have 2 years left with him. So we're going to try and get one more son out of him before we have to say goodbye, because that is coming. Coco, darling, welcome in. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Kitty cat, stop it. Alright, so yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. We're finishing up the last bit of spring that we left off after the crash that happened last time we were live with Decades. And then moving into summer. Moving into summer, other events that we're looking at happening. Michael is supposed to become a child, so he will be the first boy of his generation, even though he's illegitimate. First boy of his generation to become a child, which is kind of exciting when you think about it. And let's see. Okay. And let's see. Did we have anything else for summer? No, it looks like that'll be it for summer. We'll have another birthday in autumn. And then Basilia is definitely going to be due to have... She's pregnant. Basilia is pregnant. So she's due to have her baby in winter. Other than that, news, Little Bobub has updated most of their mods, at least as far as like food and medieval cooking. So one of the first things we'll be doing is I'll be changing out the oven again because I should be able to use Little Bobub's fireplace oven now, back with the medieval-ish cookbook. And Zebby, welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. All right, I am going to switch us over to the game. It is evening of Thursday at the moment in summer. And like I said, I'm just going to change out the oven cooking situation for Little Bobub's. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even realize this is a really cool fireplace. It came with the new nature pack, which now I'm kind of wanting to do some building with it. So we'll see. I might end up building something and putting it on the gallery at some point. Entropy, hello, love. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? All right, let's see. Oh, something that Little Bobub came out with, I think, fairly recently is they have like an actual like little clay bread oven. So I think I'm probably gonna use that. I'm just gonna use Little Bobub's because I know they're updated with the new the latest patches and stuff. We're getting Medieval Cookbook back into the game. Yes, yes, I am doing better. Unfortunately, my head hurt through most of the weekend, so... Oh, please don't crash on me. My game is threatening me. I don't think you guys can see it, but my mouse... Oh, it psyched me out. It psyched me out. My mouse was giving me scroll wheel of doom. But it was lying. It was just psyching me out. We're good. We are good. All right. We've got recipe book that I wanted to grab. The ye old recipe book. Because that has been updated. I'm able to put that back into the game, which is very, very exciting. I'm glad to have more historical recipes back because I had forgotten just how sad EA's off the grid cooking is until I was trying to use it in this, and it's so sad. I'm sorry, but it is. The off-the-grid cooking is so sad. Pinky, oh my gosh, hello! How are you doing, my fuchsia friend? I have missed you all so very much. I was looking forward to this all day. Look, we have a little bread oven now. Isn't it cute? Look at our little bread oven. I think it's adorable. Ellie, welcome in, love. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. You're pearlescently perfect. I love that for you. You're gonna have to use that too. Isn't it cute? Yeah, Little Bo-Bub came out with it. And so now I went back through their recipes and I realized Little Bo-Bub has cheese and bread recipes. So we're gonna try that out. We're gonna try it out. Because I realized I've never used, I always used Brazen's, but then all of Brazen's broke, and Brazen is still fixing their mods. And so, you know, we can try some new, and like try to use all the thing. But I just think the little tiny little clay bread oven is just absolutely adorable. It comes in a few swatches too. So you've got like the like brownish one, which is probably what I'll keep it as. You've got one that's a little bit more like terracotta. One that's more like black and white if you're going for more of that contrast, and one that's a little bit more monochromatic white. Like a white clay. I'm gonna keep mine as a brown clay because I like that. I don't know that it's the best that I have it on like a wooden counter, but you know, give me a little bit of slack. And I'm just gonna like toss a little bit because we've got the chimney right here. So maybe I'll toss in like an actual more fireplacey looking fireplace. Now, I will admit I have not done the event, which I was so sad about until I logged on to The Sims and I realized that they've extended it through the end of the month. So I still have time to get that outhouse. I'm going to try and get it this week. And that way we'll have it for Saturday. So outhouse possibly coming soon. I might do a quick little renovation here and add like a little attic space. See. Casey! Welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? Won't be able to set the table on fire. Might just set the floor on fire instead. You love the new outhouse entropy? Love that. I'm like catching up here. Let's see, you've been using LBB's cheeses for a while. They're much simpler. That's what I was kind of thinking is I like Brazen's, but they're very complicated. Let's see. Okay, so it's worth playing the event for the outhouse. Cool. I'm going to try and make at least a little bit of progress when I get off work tomorrow, but I'm also getting my hair trimmed. So we'll see how much time I actually have between getting off work and starting stream. But if I don't have time for it tomorrow, I'll have time for it on Friday. Yeah, we've had enough house fires, Pinky, so please no more. Casey, thank you for redeeming a medieval fact of the day. Ooh, let me think. What's at least one that I haven't used? Why do I always do? I need to remember to write these things down when I learn them. Because I'm always like, after the fact, like, oh, I should have written that down, and then I never do. So shame on me. Adding a little attic space. What was the thing? There was a thing I learned the other day about medieval. Sleek! Oh my gosh, my darling. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Pinky's getting cozy. You gotta have ventilation, window open, but it makes your room really cold. Ooh, tough balance. Tough balance. Let's see. Medieval fact. Medieval fact. Why am I blanking? Ooh, here's one that's kind of fun. So I believe it was Edward II. I believe he's the reason why no weapons and no armor. Note the second part. Are allowed to be brought into, like, you're not allowed to wear a weapon or armor in Parliament in England. And this law exists to this day. But it originates with, I'm going to change the roof. I don't want that roof. It originates with the fact that Edward II was so hated by his court, and partially because of his boy toy. Unconfirmed, I know, but, you know, there was something there. And what do we think about that? Sorry, got distracted. Yeah, I've missed you, Sleek. Oh my gosh, Kai coming in chaotic. I love that for you. I'm gonna have to go grab the little jar that has the candies. So give me 1 second and I will go get that. But yeah, basically, like, he feared for his life so much, he made a law saying, well, you're not allowed to, like, be armed and stuff in Parliament. And the law still exists to this day. It's still in effect, to this day, which I think is fun, that they never wiped that from the books, and it's been 700 years. So, fun times. But yeah, he feared for his life so much that he was like, well, I'm gonna make this place a place where there's a rule that you can't keep me. Do rules stop assassins? No, I don't think they do. But he darn well tried. He darn well tried. I kind of want to switch the outside a little bit. We're not saying it happened, but all the signs were definitely there. Yes. You get chaotic sometimes? No apologies. It's fun. It's fun. I'll go get the candy here in a second. From the H.A. Horrible History song on English Kings and Queens. A red hot poker killed Ed too. That must have hurt him lots. Yes. Yeah, he is also, a king who was murdered after he was deposed. So, yeah. Should I switch this whole swatch to this swatch? I kind of like this swatch a little better. I feel like it looks a little bit more old. Does that make sense? I kind of like this swatch. All right. I don't have fireplaces there anymore. That one was actually Raffi Sleek. That was Raffi meowing. So I'm glad you guys were able to hear him. Yeah, all right. But yeah, they're both right next to me. So chat says hi, guys. I also really, really love this fireplace that came with the nature pack. So I'm just gonna like squeeze that in there. Maybe make it a little, there's gotta be like a less mossy swatch though. Yeah, perfect. Because I'm like, we're indoors. It doesn't need to be mossy. But I do really, really love this fireplace. I'm also realizing I never painted the ceilings on this build. I'm sorry, this is starting out like a build stream rather than a gameplay stream. I just needed to update after all the mods and stuff updated. And give them treats. I will give them treats. No worries. Give me 1 minute here. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. There. Okay. Right. I was making an attic so that the older kids would have like their own place. That's what I was doing. And you know, let's see. I need ladder. I'm gonna use the trellis style ladder. Oh, maybe not. All right, let me grab the candy and treats for Leo and Raffi real quick. So 1 sec. Okay. Well, Leo's eager, so we'll go ahead and do the cat's treats first, and then I'll do the candy. Yeah. All right. Raffi. Come here, babe. Ugh, my big boy. No? Do you not like the beef? Do I need to go get duck? You're like, I don't like beef. Nope. I don't think he likes the beef. Zeppy, thank you so much for the resub with Prime. I know you only get one of those a month. Thank you for spending it here. And yeah, Raffi apparently has refined taste. Let me try the other treat and see if I can get him to eat that one. Alright, Raffi, you don't like beef, good to know. You don't care. That's fine. It's done. Thumbs up? You eat duck? Let's see if he'll eat this. Ouch. I missed the chair. It's fine. I'm okay. We all have klutzy moments sometimes. Raffi did take the duck. He was too startled for me to pick him up again. He was too startled, so I just gave it to him. But he will eat the duck, but it's good for me to know. He doesn't like beef. He's my picky eater. Yes, I'm okay. That's what he gets for me. Oh, you guys are funny. Alright, we do have a new barrel. We finished our first barrel of toxic waste candies last time. Candy, welcome in! Congrats on reaching 100 blankets. You are officially a cozy noble, my friend. Welcome in. Thank you for being here and hanging out 100 times. At least. Let's see. 100 blanket hype. That's right. Oh my gosh, and Pinky coming in with the 100% boost to the cozy. Y'all are on fire today, and I love to see it. Let's go. All right, Kai redeemed for a toxic waste candy. Ugh. Kai, do you have a preference on flavor? Do you want to pick the flavor, or should I grab one at random? Got it. I finally got it open. Whatever you want, you like. Let's see. And get the cat treat. It's true, the cat treat redeem caused me more harm. It's very true. I'll go with the first one. We got grape strawberry for our nuclear fusion flavor. And thanks for the clip, Pinky. These candies are so innocuous looking. Alright, got all the plastic off. There we go. You would think I would get used to this, but I don't. First wave done, maybe? Oh, okay. Ooh. That's sour. Always sour. Thank you for the candy. For the treats. For the kitty cats. And we will be going back to the game. Okay, I was making a small, like, attic type space. Break for treats over. Resuming. Yes, correct. That's a little too nice of a bed. It's a double bed. A cozy looking loft. Yeah, it's just a cozy loft. Will this work, or is it gonna disappear on me? Oh, no, it disappeared. Thought it... Oh, better exceptions. 1 second. Probably Jill, honestly. Give her, like, a little bit of her own space. Because the toddlers can't go up the thing. It feels like it makes sense for the older kids to be up in a loft area. Sleek, thank you for redeeming group hydrate. If you're watching with me, please take a drink of something that does not have caffeine. No longer sleeping on the ground. Yeah. That is the idea. Give better exceptions a moment, y'all. Because it caught an error and it wants to run a report for me. Any of you have something fun going this week? Anything? Tomorrow night on stream, we're gonna start a mature, well, it's 17 plus, so it's like mature 17 plus, not mature 18 plus. But we are going to start a 17 plus game tomorrow night called A Plague Tale. It does take place during the Black Death in France. I do plan on playing that every Wednesday until we get a full playthrough, which should take 3 to 4 streams. So it'll take us 3 to 4 weeks to get through that game. You like the game I'm playing? You've played it for a bit? Love that. You have to work? Aww. I'm sorry, Zeppy. I really debated between the Wednesday and the Thursday for which night was gonna be which. Maybe I'll switch it and have us play it on Thursday next week. Let's see. Alright, Better Exceptions is taking too long. I'll just, like, reenact the issue another time. Will you let me use this? Yes, okay. It let me use that. And then... No, it disappeared. What about this one? Can we use this one? Give her a cute quilt. Okay, it looks like that one's gonna work. No, I mean, I think it kind of makes sense. I can, like, for the variety days, I can alternate which nights are which games between Wednesday and Thursday, just so that more people get a chance to see it, depending on their schedules, you know? It makes sense. So I'm glad you brought it up, Seppi. That way I can remember that I can do that. I have the power. Alright, I was doing... Yes! Here, you can open the full report. Full report. Go away. I can remove those CC later. Let's see. I want to give her a little window. Meg, hello, love. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? Let's see. As cute as the windows from the new expansion are, they all have glass. Glass was extremely expensive in this day and age. Which is why their windows do not have glass. They're just like wooden with shutters. Those look a little too modern. I see the metal hinges, those fancy metal hinges. Smaller. Sorry, I'm spending way too much time in build mode for a gameplay day. There we go. Okay. I think we're good. Now, it is evening. I'm going to send Jill off to bed. Right, I forgot Alice is like a little bit sick at the moment. Have her wash up and go to bed. I do need her and Adam to like get busy a little bit at some point in this episode, because we're not gonna have Adam for much longer, and I would like one more insurance baby. Alright. Sleek, thanks for collecting your daily blanket, love. Need more pylons, I mean children, yes. Let's see. Have Alice change the diaper. Oh, whoops. No, we're fine. Don't you have like a fruit or something in your inventory? Here, eat this. Clements, you can literally come over here. So many toddlers. I can't wait to have less toddlers. But first I shall have more. More toddlers. Because James will become a toddler. Alright, here. Clements, use the body. Michael finished using it. Alright, Michael, why don't you just go to bed? Just go to bed. Everybody go to bed. Alice, could you at least just put James in his crib, please, for me? Could you at least do that? I know you're struggling, girlfriend, and things are only gonna get worse for you over the next decade, but, come on. Great. Simon, use the potty. Clements, come to bed. Cobb, you could use the potty. Yeah, okay, that was gonna sound really bad. I'll say it anyway, but I realized how bad it was going to sound. As I was going to say, my insurance policy, my insurance policy is built on the lives of children. But just know that I acknowledge how bad that sounds out of context. I mean, at least Alice's ailment pays us. The simoleon ailment where she coughs up simoleons. Not exactly realistic, but she also caught it before the ailment patch happened. So she's gonna be done with it by morning. She'll be out of the woods of that ailment by morning. I'm pretty sure Little Boba added, like, let's see. Oh, geez. We'll fix that later. We do need to get, like, salts and stuff. It does occur to me that I haven't reinstalled the foraging mod yet because it's not fixed yet. Or at least it wasn't before stream. Thank you for the clip, Pinky. Winsome! Hello, love. Congrats on reaching double-digit blankets. How are you doing, my dear? It's good to see you again. Alright, Alice, come wake up, feed your baby. LBB is revamping the foraging mod, so it could be a while before yeah, and I know that one needs a lot of work. So some of the recipes we have might take a little bit longer for us to actually be able to use for that reason. We'll still be able to make, like, pottage and stuff, but, like, the breads and some of the other recipes, we're gonna have to wait for that mod to finish getting updated in order to be able to use. All right, honey, feed your baby. No. You're doing good, just been a little rough. Aww. I hope your streams have been going well and that everything is well. Oh, thank you, Winsome. I hope things get better, whatever's going on. And, stands majestically on the battlements of Battle Blanket Fort. Can you reach him? Do I need to move his crib? Let me see if let me move his crib. I think you're gonna have an easier time if he's facing the other direction. And Winsome, I still need to get together with you about your sim self getting added in to the game. So trust me, I have not forgotten. Feed the baby. Okay. Hob, you could actually be useful and, you know, repair the kitchen pot. You know, slap some clay on that, seal it up. We're having all sorts of issues today. What do you mean, animation error? Can you please pick the child up? He's very hungry. You gonna be able to do it this time? Oh, yes, I did add your sim from the gallery that we talked about, Entropy. She did get added in to the game. Yes, let's get the Discord link, and anybody is welcome to join. Yes, I did add her. Sorry, I should have updated. I did, like, give her, like, cute braids because I didn't have the exact same hair that you were using. But she is in the game. She is in there. All right. Would you please? Why are you struggling so much? I swear. This poor child. Yeah, I might have to. I'm just double checking that it's not like where he's located. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I use a lot of CC too, Entropy. Baby care, feed, breastfeed. Let's go. Come on, feed the kid. Feed the kid. You gonna do it this time? Or are we gonna get another animation error? Animation error. Well, let's try. Reset. She coughed up 80 simoleons. This illness is gonna make us rich. Now can you? I swear. Can you, like, move away? Move back? Do I need to reset him? Dang, she just cannot pick him up. Let's see if it's just like a her thing, or if Hob can pick him up. No, no. Y'all let me know. If you play The Sims this week, let me know if you are having trouble picking up your infants. I'm going to take a quick break here and go feed the cats dinner, and I will be right back, okay? 2 minutes. Welcome back from ads if you had ads. Thank you so much for sticking through them and supporting the channel. We're back and struggling because of a glitch that will not let us pick up our baby. So that's no fun at all. I might have to like cheat his needs until we age him up to toddler. Thankfully that's very shortly, so that won't be very long. In the meantime, let's have her cook some pottage. Is Adam gonna be able to do? Oh, geez, now you're sick. You just got over the last ailment. I'm gonna cheat baby's needs. All right. Are you cooking? You don't look like you're cooking. Resume the pot. Oh, come on. Really? Guys. Oh, jeez. Is this the problem? Do you need to light it? Is this the issue? Just light the hearth. Is this the issue? Is this a skill issue? What do you mean you can't resume the pottage? My gosh, all the glitches. Glitches be glitching. Yay! Sims year for me is 28 days. Yeah, sim days in a year is 28 days in my play. A full cycle of the seasons. And we are very much struggling with all the glitches here at the moment. Golly, would you just... Do you need to start over? Do you just need to empty the oven hearth and start over? All your babies are really hungry. Yeah, Sims 4 is rough lately. You've had like 5 crashes in 2 hours. Friendly reminder, everyone, to save your games. And you normally never crashes? Ooh. Okay, so not just me. If we're having all these issues, it's probably... Do you play modded, Winsome? Or are you a no mods sim player? just for reference. Because I feel like we need a, what do they call that? When they do like product testing and stuff, there's like the test group that's the blank. It's like the baseline. You play modded? Okay. You know, it's like the people that they give like the placebo medicine to. No, I'm thinking of like when they're like testing medicines and stuff, you know, they have the test group that they give the actual medicine and the test group they give the placebo medicine, which isn't really medicine. It's usually like a sugar pill. But just so that they can have a baseline. That's what it is. I think that's the right word. Baseline. Can you please cook some food? Control group. That's the thing. Thank you, Kai. Yes, we need a control group of people who don't play modded to tell us whether or not they're experiencing the same sort of glitches we are. That way we know if it's a mod thing or if it's a Sims in general thing. Do we have any non-modded game players in the chat willing to pipe in? What has your experience been in The Sims lately? All the babies are stinky and hungry. You get a control group to establish the baseline. That is, now I've put the English together. And English is my first and only language because I am a sad monolingual. But sometimes English is hard. Sometimes words are hard. Y'all experience that too? Oh my gosh, are you seriously? You're like wasting ingredients, half making food and then refusing to finish it. Sims is really testing me tonight. I say as if I'm like a Catholic talking about being tested by God through religious trial. But no, seriously, it's testing my patience is what it is. Not testing my faith, though maybe a little bit of that. What a waste of good vegetables. Get rid of this. Because I feel like that's part of the problem. I don't know if this will work, but let's try it. Are you gonna be able to cook on this oven? Is Simon the sibling she's closest? No, I'm sorry, Laura. She's like besties with Laura, her little sister. Yeah, she's not particularly close to her sister Clemens. So I think the sibling that Jill is closest to is Laura. I feel a little bad for Clemens that her older sister favors the younger sister. Isn't that such a middle child sort of thing? Oh my gosh, did you stop again? Y'all, I'm about to crash out over Sims here. No. Okay, Hob took over the cooking. Maybe. He has a low cooking skill, so... But if... Nope. Nope. Okay. That does not work. Moving us back to the regular type of oven. I guess we're back to Forager's stew. Because the ovens don't work. The ye old cookbook ovens do not work. They said they were updated. They're not. They're not updated. Could have sworn they said they had been updated. They did say. Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. I think I know what the problem is, and I'm gonna just need to, like, get out of Sims and then restart the game. Because I think I accidentally kept in both tuning packages. And I was only supposed to keep one. So this is not Little Bobub's fault. This is my rushed installation of mods fault. Yeah, technically this is like an 18th century. Much later, but it's fine. Yeah, this is probably all because I was in a rush after I got home from work, trying to get the updates that I saw the emails for installed. So I'm going to save real quick and exit. And then I can fix that in the mods because I can't do it while the game is running. Yeah, it's my fault. I'm the silly one who left both tuning packages when I was only supposed to put one. So this will take a few minutes, y'all, just for me to exit and then load back up. No wonder it's having animation issues. It's my own fault. Okay. Booting back up. Mods have so many different requirements and peculiar. Yeah, it's easy. Especially since, like I said, I was in like a rush because I came home and I made dinner and I ate dinner and then I came over to my computer and I just like re-downloaded a bunch from Little Bobub and then I just dropped it all into a folder in the mods folder and started streaming. So, I forgot. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll load back up and hopefully that'll have fixed it. Can't tell me how many meshes you were missing when you went through your CC over the last few weeks while you wait for foraging. Yeah. I believe it. Just please hold while we boot back up. Your mod folder is pristine right now, though. Can't wait to mess it up again. Nice. All right. Did I tell you guys that I watched the White Queen? It was pretty good. Yeah. There was a couple things where it was like, you know, I mean, Philippa Gregory, she's a wonderful historical fiction writer. She definitely twists some events, timeline-wise, to suit her story. Which is fine. It still makes for a good TV show. Sorry, my Sims takes a hot minute, or maybe even a cold minute to boot up. We're gonna get back. Alright, it's getting there. July was a hard month for people who play Sims in general and modded Sims especially. I have a pretty good PC too, and it always takes like a few minutes to boot up. Okay, so it's not just a mods thing that it's taking forever to boot up. Because, like, I have a pretty good PC too. And it still always seems to take forever. And I mean, I took out a ton of mods in July. Like, I only have about, like, 30 script mods. And, like, half of that is, like, things like MC Command Center, Better Exceptions, Mod Guard. Like, half of those script mods are just that. And I've got, like, a handful of, like, historical mods left. Because I had to remove so many. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, I did the whole take all the mods out thing to test for an error a couple weeks ago. The tuning error that I was getting, which turned out was just because my mod guard was out of date. So once I updated mod guard, we were good there. Yeah, I hope Jane Simpson comes back too. I did leave the Soulmates mod in right now, mainly because it's like Everard and Richard are both married to their soulmates, and I don't want to like take it out only to put it back in later and them not be soulmates anymore. So, Kai, ModGuard is a mod that was made that basically helps scan for like malware and viruses in your mod files. So, it'll help protect in case a mod gets compromised and you download it. So it's a good like proactive measure if you download a bunch of mods. So yeah, I believe it's made by Twisted Mexi. So who's a very, very trusted modder. Yeah. You think G-Shade has malware? Oof. I tried using G-Shade. I don't use like G-Shade, Reshade, any of that. I do have a few like retexturing mods that like retexture some parts of the game, like some parts of the scenery. But I don't use Reshade. You haven't opened an old save with soulmates in it. But Citrine Simmer is having all sorts of issues with her game forgetting soulmates right now. Oof. That's rough. That is rough. Yeah, they were pretty intense with the game updates. last month. Hard to believe July is already gone, over, done, behind us. Hard to believe we're already halfway through the year. Anybody else have been having the feeling of like the year going like breakneck speed? Anybody else been feeling that? G-Shade reshade upgrades the game graphics a lot, but G-Shade having malware is scary as yeah. It deliberately had malware put in it by the creator at one time. You'd never be able to trust it. Oh my gosh. Why would anybody do that? Yeah, I tried using Reshade at one point. My computer did not like it at all. So I just didn't. I uninstalled it all and I said, nope, we're not doing that again. Because it almost killed my game. So... why would a creator deliberately put malware in their mod? I don't understand. Got mad someone was tweaking things on their own for their own computer. So that's insanity. That is crazy, Entropy. Like, I believe you, but my gosh. When he got caught, he apologized, but it wasn't a great one. Yeah, I'm not surprised. People like that where, like, you can't be better than, like, the whole you can't be better than me attitude. Or you can't change something I made. It's like, you don't belong in the modding community. You're in tech, so you followed the drama. It was wild. I bet. I believe you. Reshade seems... honestly, it seems fine. I see a lot of people use it. But, like I said, when I tried to use it, it, like, messed hardcore with my computer. For whatever reason, my computer did not like it at all. So I just don't. I have some, like I said, I have got some mods that like retexture some of the scenery and whatnot, and that's all I use. Slowly but surely we're getting back into our game. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe I didn't quite get all the shaders in right or whatever, but you know, the stress of it was just enough to turn me away from it. I'm like, I'm fine with some retextures and everything. I've got a good enough graphics card. I can have the max graphics settings. And I mean, that alone makes a big difference in the game, in my opinion. Is just being able to have a high graphics settings on. That's just sad too, because I feel like most of the time, like, modding community, and G-Shade might not be for Sims specifically, or maybe it is, I don't know. But I feel like most of the time the Sims modding community is like pretty chill and stuff. So it's always really sad when I see somebody who's just not. That's what I was thinking, Pinky. Is a backdoor like that sound... You know, is this illegal? I think it's illegal. Oh, geez. Not a good sign for better exceptions to immediately be like, there's an error. There's an issue with the mods. I understand that. Yeah, Entropy, I definitely get that. I didn't get to go to like an art school specifically. I do have an art degree, but my degree is much more traditional art. The game failed to load. Recommended that you relaunch the game. Alright, I might do a poll. Let's see. We're only... Do you guys want me to keep trying on this tonight while I'm on stream, or should we switch games? Because I can spend some time on this after work tomorrow. Because you don't mind if we switch Winsome? Okay. Anybody else? Do we have anybody who says no, keep trying on the Sims? Yeah, no, I believe you, Entropy, that Reshade is the non-shady one. Well, I mean, they're all both shades. So aren't they both technically shady? One's just a nefarious shady. You don't mind, but you're gonna lurk while you get ready for bed? No worries, Zeppy. Let's see. You got your double tomorrow. I know you do. You're good either way, whatever you want to play. Okay. I feel bad just working on, like, troubleshooting the game for, like, the last half an hour. When we could have been, like, playing something more fun. So, I will do some work on the mods and stuff when I get off work tomorrow. It's 3 a.m.? Oh my gosh, Winsome. You need sleep, my friend. Why don't... You know, good old reliable, why don't we switch over to Medieval Dynasty? Oh my gosh. Spoon, welcome in, love. How you doing? Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. Rune, welcome in as well. It's good to see you both. You're alright, how am I? I'm okay. It would have been better if Sims was cooperating today, but it's not. So we pivot. We're gonna play Medieval Dynasty instead. Because we tried it Sims for an hour and had like non-stop glitching. So let me turn off Spotify here because I will need to be able to hear my environment in Medieval Dynasty, you know, just in case a wolf decides to sneak up on me. Okay. Give me a moment to boot up here. Yeah, Medieval's good. And like I said, I mean, it's a good, like, reliable plan B for us because it's one that we play pretty consistently on stream most weeks and have for, like, the whole year. So it's hard to believe I almost have 200 hours in this game. All right, let me... get here. Game capture.